Swindon Town. They've made it to the second division at the end of one of the toughest football seasons of all time. Well, you should have seen the joy on the faces and the players and the fans if you weren't there. Roger Malone did, and he was there, and here he is now. Roger.
Yes, and no doubt about it. Swindon certainly deserve promotion after the dramas of their 5 playoff matches, and now 2 questions arise. Can they hang on to their brilliant young manager, and will Lou Macari replace some of his heroes as the club moves up? Macari, with 2 promotion seasons on the trot now, is the calibre of young manager the big clubs like to go for, and he's made a point of not being on contract at Swindon. Macari says now, let's enjoy being promoted, then see what happens. But the pledge to worried Swindon fans from Chairman Brian Hillier is positive. I am sure Lou Macari will be with Swindon next season. More then from Swindon's chairman and Lou Macari later. Now let's enjoy the highlights of their win at the neutral venue of Crystal Palace, which finally brought promotion on Friday night. Swindon fans were determined to make it a West Country night, and they soon had something to cheer. Only 2 minutes gone, Phil King's free kick is knocked on nicely to Steve White, and he makes no mistake for his 20th goal of the season. But while the players celebrate that, manager Lou Macari is anxious the side does not get carried away, not overconfident too early. But they went looking for a second goal, and from a corner, they very nearly got it. Bamba's header, White's header, but Phil Kite wants the Bristol Rovers a fine save. That man Bamba was often to the fore, and he sets up a chance now for Berry. It's a difficult one, but he can't get the angle quite right. And while the long arm of the law kept an eye on Swindon fans, Bamba appeared to be bursting Gillingham's promotion balloon. And in the second half, Swindon again turned on the style. Hockaday's cross, Coyne gets in there, but again the angle is too acute, and Haylock gets it off the line. But after 65 minutes came that second Swindon goal. Again, Bamba's behind it. The Gillingham defence just hesitate, and that's one moment too long when Steve White's around. His second goal, 21 for him this season. Swindon 2 up, and the second division beckons. But there remained work for goalkeeper Fraser Digby to do. A good save from Gillingham's best player, Quo. For one fan, the excitement became too much. But his agony was nothing compared to that of Gillingham striker David Shearer, because near the end he had a chance to get the Kent side back in the match. But oh, what a miss, summing up the Kent side's bad night. So at the final whistle, joy for the Reds. They're finally there in their 64th match of the season, and their manager was quick to go over and thank the fans who'd followed his team during 5 epic playoffs against Wigan and Gillingham. And players remembered those who didn't make it to the final team. Players and their fans, there were 10,000 there from Swindon on Friday night, indulged in a symbolic exchange of clothing. And no doubt at all about the massed Swindon fans' regard for manager Lou Macari. And when it came to time to interview Steve White, he preferred to talk about the team effort, not just his 2 goals. A modest Steve White, typical of Swindon's team ethic.
Yes, magnificent. It was never going to be easy. The last game we had about 10 shots at goal, but couldn't win the game. We were 2 goals down. We done great to come back in it. Charlie Henry, magnificent, a goal in the last game. Doesn't matter who scored the goals. We won 2-0. It's just fantastic feeling, because I think we deserve to get promotion.
Absolutely marvellous, absolutely fantastic. I just can't believe it. I don't know words to describe it, but over the moon.
Where were you 13 years ago when they were in the second division last?
I'm playing schoolboy football, I think. No, I'm only a youngster, but this is absolutely fantastic.
So then, 2 successive promotion seasons for Swindon. Each time Lou Macari has signed new men and built a different team. Lou Macari certainly showing that Midas touch.
No, the unfortunate thing, there's no Midas touch. The players have worked hard, and not just football, if you don't work hard at any job, you're going to get nothing. But unfortunately, as a result of a bit of success, some people fall by the wayside. I think that's one of the harsh facts of football, and not want to dampen anyone's spirits tonight, but you know, that's what will happen, I'm afraid, with one or two. Some people will come, new people will come, and it's up to them to fight their way into the team, and it's up to the ones that are in it at the moment to hopefully stay there as well.
But will Lou Macari be happy to stay with Swindon?
All I can say is, you know, had a little bit of a rocky time at the start, but I think personally I've sorted a few things out at the football club for the good of the football club, and I'm allowed to more or less run my department, which is different from the past, where the manager didn't have a say. There was a board meeting every 2 hours to decide if they could have tea bags in or coffee. Things have changed, and it's a happy club. Let's just see what happens. You know.
What about your bright manager? He's proved the point with 2 seasons, hasn't he? My goodness me. Yeah. 2 promotion seasons.
He could have done no better for us. He could have done no better.
And he's not on contract.
I'm sure he'll be with us next year. No doubt about that at all.
Really?
Definitely.
Encouraging words there from Chairman Hillier. So now we've experienced this playoff system. There are differing views on it. Some say it's unfair on clubs who, under the old rules, would automatically have enjoyed promotion without all these extra deciders. But there's no arguing about the public's interest in playoffs. Swindon's 5 extra matches were watched by 68,910 supporters. That's about £350,000 of extra income. Swindon get only 25% of that. They'll be voting for that slice to be increased, in case they figure in the playoffs to get into the First Division this time next year.